Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? Welcome. Doing a little Terrifier stream tonight. Welcome to the KillJoy Jake YouTube channel. I am the king of the rats, the rats, words are hard. King of the brats is what it sounded like the dolls. That's what this channel is going to be rebranded to. We're just going to talk about Bratz dolls. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Horror Fan 101 is saying, I'm so hyped up for Terrifier 3, dude. Me too, man. Listen, even if it wasn't a Christmas-themed slasher, which I have a soft spot for, love me some slashers in the snow, I would still be super hyped up for this one. And, you know, there's a lot to talk about with the film as well, just based off of the movie's poster. I mean, look at this. Look at this insane shit. I mean, my man's got Santa Claus, his cut-up face around his neck. We got to know what's going on there. I need to see more. I have to know. There's some interesting stuff going on with the plot description too, which I think is great. I don't know. There's a lot of just so much exciting stuff. Horror Fan 101. A lot of fun stuff to talk about, which I'm sure we'll hit on tonight. I have a few talking points that I wanted to strike while we're talking about it this week. Always a lot of fun stuff to get into. But welcome in, my friend. What's up? Julian Perez is saying, what's your favorite NFL and NBA teams? Mine are the Vikings and the Suns. Favorite NFL team is the Browns, unfortunately, and probably the Cavs too, because, you know, listen, I'm an Ohio boy. I'm proud of my teams. Proud is probably too high up of a word, right? That's probably too gracious. Sometimes the Browns make me want to cry a little bit. Same with the Cavs. But you know what? We'll always have 2016. We'll always have that year. You can't take that away from us Cleveland fans. Bobby's with us tonight too, saying, what's up? What's up, dog? How's it going? Welcome in. 31 Hollows Death, Andy. Yo, I should just call you Andy. I don't know. I got to get that full title in there, man. I got to get the full thing. Yo. Man, welcome in. Field of Screams, Tyler, what's up, dog? How's it going? Hey. Welcome in. Appreciated your message over on Patreon, by the way. Yes to those podcasts and all that too, man. It's fun stuff. I got one cooking with another member in the works right now, so anytime you feel like doing that, let's run it. I like Screaming Ice Cream is saying art. Yes. I want to see Art the Clown. You know what I want to see Art the Clown do again, too? When was the last time my man pooped and started writing on the walls? I miss that. Damien, you know, I'm manifesting this. Damien, please make Art the Clown use his poop to write stuff on the walls again. Can we make that happen, ladies and gentlemen? We all were begging to see Michael Myers eat a rat. All of us. It wasn't just me. It was every single one of us. We all wanted to see Michael eat a rat in Halloween Ends, and we were all woefully disappointed. I want to see Art use his poop to write something on the wall in Terrifier 3. You know, just the odd number Terrifiers. What if he did that? That'd be pretty funny. I want to see that, though. Poop on the walls. Big thing I'm looking for in this next movie. Thanks for being here, Screaming Ice Cream. And hey, thank you for being a member, too, my friend. Appreciate you. Rye Shy Guy is also a member saying, yo, and saying KillJoy Bake should totally do a thing. Dude, I'm considering doing a special. For those who have no idea what we're talking about, I posted on my Instagram story this weekend because I learned how to make bread for the first time. I'd never made it before, and I cooked a whole loaf of bread. It was fucking awesome. Like, I'm almost at the point where I want to run downstairs, and I still have some of the garlic bread we ended up making with it. I'm like, I kind of want to go grab a piece and show you how good it came out. Like, oh my God, it is delicious. It's some of the best garlic bread I've ever had. I'm sorry, I'm patting myself on my back here, but it's good garlic bread, dude. I make a mean garlic bread, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I think I should do a whole video of me just baking stuff and bitching about horror news. I think that would be really funny. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm the one who thinks that's funny. But Rye Shy Guy, I appreciate that you will be there to check out that video, and I maybe make it. Maybe, no promises though. Lisa S, what's up, Lisa? How's it going, Lisa Frankenstein? Yo. Hey, Jake, been a while since I caught you live. I can't wait to see all the blood in the snow. Me too, my friend. I'm hyped to see bloody snow. You know, that's a big thing, a big place that they can take advantage of with Terrifier 3. Once again, make it stand out from the previous two movies. We're in the snow. It's wintertime in Miles County, in New York, basically. New York, New Jersey, wherever they're filming it, that area. It's gonna be snow snowy. Oh my God, there's so much to take advantage of here that I hope they do. I really hope they pounce on that and give us something like a slasher in the snow, because dude, I love snowy slashers. There's something about them. Even if the stories are bad, I'm there for it. Like I'm here, I'm hanging out, we're running that. I think a really good example is Wrong Turn 4, which is like, it's not a good movie, but I love it. Like, I love Wrong Turn 4. It's ridiculous, campy, in over-the-top kills. It's super dark. It's got an attitude to it. It's just a mean movie. But it takes place mostly in the snow and like at night, and it's brutal. I love it. I love me some snowy slashers, and I want to see more of that, Lisa. I am with you here. Let's see if they end up running that. It's a big thing I wanted to talk about. Winter-themed kills. Are we going to get any of those in this movie? I think we have to. There's gonna be some Christmas-themed kills, sure, which is great and all. But I want to see something really fucked up. Icicle through the eye is a big thing for me. I want to see an icicle go into somebody's skull. Not too hard of an effect to achieve, especially not for Damien Leone. Run it, make that happen, man. Mr. Rick is throwing $5 out there. Mr. Rick, thank you for the support, my friend. I really appreciate you. And I still love your profile picture. Never gonna stop talking about it. Means a lot, man, means a lot. Hi, hope all is well. Can't wait for the watch along. I enjoy them the most. Yes, unfortunately, last week I had to cancel that. Once again, very sorry about that. Had a lot of people in the comments saying, dude, what the heck, man? I canceled it very last minute too, so that's on me. My bad there. But I'm excited for this Friday. We're going to be watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1974. I think the next two movies we're going to do as well is the Texas Chainsaw remake from 2003 and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre the beginning as well. I love these movies. I need to do a rewatch of them. Might as well. I kind of like doing 3 movies from a franchise then moving on to something else too. That's kind of what the MO has been. We did the first 3 Scream movies. Now we're doing like 3 little Texas Chainsaws. I love that. I think that's what the new MO is going to be. Like 3 movies from a franchise, move on to something else. Or maybe some one-offs too. I thought about doing like a Happy Death Day on Groundhog's Day. I just didn't end up having time for it. I do want to move those to Fridays though. I think Friday is going to be the watch party day. That just makes a little more sense with my schedule. So, Mr. Rick, I'm very excited to get there this Friday. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. So check it out then. Friday, 7 o'clock, watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1974. It's going to be very fun. Mr. Rick, thanks for the $5. Again, my friend, thank you. Thank you. Mr. Rick's also saying, gifted 1 KillJoy Jake membership. He's not saying that, he just did it. Dude, thank you. Thank you again. Thanks for the support. You're killing it, dude. Thanks, Mr. Rick. We got to do another podcast, Mr. Rick. It's been a minute, man. Thank you for your support tonight, man. Really means a lot. Who else is hanging out with us, though? I want to say hi to a few more people out there. We got Robert Brunello. What's up, Robert? How's it going? I see you're already excited for Terrifier 3. Look at that profile picture, man. I've never been so hyped in my life, nor will I ever be again. Hell yeah, dog. I'll tell you what, I'm very excited for this. Damien has promised, Terrifier 4. Maybe that's all we get. Maybe we get 4 movies. I'm okay with that. I am. Trust me, I want to see 100 of these things, but I'm okay with 4 for now. I can see this being a very popular franchise that we revisit in, many, many years from now. Maybe we get Terrifier 3 this year. 2 years from now, we get Terrifier 4, wrapping up the current story, and maybe we get to visit Art the Clown in a, Halloween 2018 style thing 10 years down the line. That might be fun, man. I'm all about it. I'm just excited to get more Art the Clown. It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun, whatever we get. So, dude, I'm also very excited. I'm highly anticipating this one. A big thing for me, and let me talk about. Let's see what Dawson is saying real quick. But then I want to make a point about T2, T3. Dawson is saying, do you think Terrifier 3 is it gonna be real gory? It's gotta be, dude. Like it's gotta be. They gotta step it up. They gotta make that, they gotta make it crazier than the last one. There's gotta be at least one scene that does that, right? That's kind of been the whole thing with Terrifier. We all went into 2 saying like, they're not gonna top the girl getting cut in half from, can I say that on YouTube? From her parts to her neck? There we go. That's a little more kid friendly, I guess. Not really. Do I think Terrifier 3 will be more gory though? Yes, because they did it in 2, man. They topped it. They topped that in 2, man. Never would have expected that. I was blown away by that bedroom scene the first time I saw it. I imagine Damien's cooking up something that is hopefully even more disturbing. I'm here for it, man. I love that Terrifier pushes some limits, pushes some boundaries. That's what we got to do with the franchise moving forward, man. But Dawson, welcome in, my friend. I love the fish. It kind of reminded me of one of those like singing fishes that do like the Leonard Skinnerd songs. Kind of gave me that vibe. I don't think that's what that is. but I'm vibing with it nonetheless. Welcome in, my fishy friend. Ty Lee is saying, I really hope the poster is actual imagery from the movie. I love in the first movie when he's wearing the women's skin. So creepy. Yes, that is messed up. He's just like dancing around in it too. It's like, ugh, I don't like that at all. I'm sorry, but I'm Ty, I gotta say this again. I really want to see him smearing poop on the walls. That should be the poster. I would be in. I'd be so in, man. Art the Clown pooping? Let's go. That's what the real fans want to see. No, I'm so kidding. Real Art the Clown fans just want to see my man poop on the wall, but you know, well, I guess he can kill people. No, I feel you though, man. I do feel you. I feel like honestly we haven't even seen a scene from the movie, really. I feel like that teaser trailer we got was kind of just like just a tease as to what's to come, not how the scene is actually going to flow. I'm sure there is going to be a sequence where Art the Clown is dressed up like Santa Claus and maybe goes into somebody's house who, you know, has a child who's waiting all night for Santa to deliver her presents, and then, well, she gets Art the Clown instead. But I don't think it's going to play out exactly like how we saw in the teaser trailer. That was just to get us hyped about what the concept of this movie is going to be, throwing in that new flavor. It's almost like dipping your chicken nuggets in a brand new sauce. If we were dipping in barbecue, we're dipping in peppermint now, which probably wouldn't actually be good, but it works with my Christmas metaphor thing that I'm trying to do here, so run with it. Ty Lee, though, yes, I'm hoping we actually get to see something real, you know, more than just behind the scenes photos than we've been getting. I'm sure that'll change soon here, though, as they're going through the filming process right now, and they should be done apparently by the end of February, at least to what I've heard. So I'm excited to see it, man. We'll probably, you know, they'll probably do reshoots and stuff too throughout spring, but principal photography will be done by the end of this month, apparently. Mia Bourdreau? Mia Bourdreau, I love your profile picture. Saying, you think Art decapitated Santa or just skinned him in the poster? That's the question, isn't it? I think, honestly, Art cut off his face while he was still alive. I feel like that's such a brutal kill that's really hard to achieve. I've seen it in a few slashers. But I would love to see Damien Leone take a crack at it, like sawing somebody's face off while they're still alive, you know? It would be, once again, very hard thing to do with practical effects, but if anyone can do it, it is my man Damien. So I would love to see that happen. I kind of hope that that's what it is. Although, listen, I'm not going to complain about a good decapitation either, Mia. So whatever they end up doing, I'm here for it. Perry Moberg is saying, I can't wait for Terrifier 3. Love all the speculation and rumors, but I might try not to watch any trailers. Entirely fair, my friend. You don't want any of those gory, juicy kills spoiled for you. And yeah, I said juicy. There's going to be some juice in there, all right. And poop, as we've already established. Extron Voltron, what's up, man? Hello, Jake. Hello, Extron. Welcome in, welcome in. Villain Killin' Dylan, one of our beloved channel members, what's up, VKD, saying only in the odd-numbered Terrifiers, bro, you're too funny. You know what? You're right, man. I want poop in all of them. I want to retroactively go back to 4 and have Art the Clown start throwing his poop at Sienna. You're so right, Dylan. We got to make that happen. We got to figure that shit out, dude. Trayvon King is saying, when are you going to review Ghost Ship and 13 Ghosts? That sounds like a great versus video, Trayvon. 2 ghost movies going at each other. I'm all about that. Those are tough movies to compare, though. Tough movies to compare. Very different styles of ghost stories. You know, 13 Ghosts has that, like, teen horror edge to it a little more, where Ghost Ship is maybe a little more, like, straightforward. It's got a brutal opening scene, too. Love the opening to Ghost Ship. Very interesting movies, though. Ghost Ship especially was one that stood out to me because when I was a kid, we used to go to this thing called Blockbuster. Yeah, I'm that old. We'd go to Blockbuster, we'd pick out movies, and we'd go home. I would always get a comedy movie and a horror flick, and one of them was Ghost Ship. I remember what the front of that movie looked like. It's the ship with the skeleton face or whatever, and I loved it. I was like, what is this movie about? Oh my god, is it a big skeleton ship? That's not what it's about, but it was a cool poster, nonetheless. Very cool poster. I loved it. Very good stuff. You could be the Julia Childs of horror. That's really funny. I gotta learn how to bake more than just bread in that case, man. Holy crap. Oh, did Robert become a member? Is that who Mr. Rick gifted the membership to? Dude, no way, man. Well, welcome to the fold, Robert. Hell yeah, Doug. Next Monday, we got a really interesting versus video coming out. Scream 1996 versus Halloween 1978. Who's gonna win? I finally picked my winner. I won't spoil it here, though. So check that out on Monday. Very excited for that video. Been working very hard on it past week and a half. But welcome in, man. Robert's also been rewatching the Leprechaun films. They slap. That's one way to describe them, Robert. I'm glad you're having a good time with them, though, man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Jackie 2023. What's up, Jackie? How's it going? How's it going? How's it going there, A? I'm from Canada. I love how you translated the A to hi. That's really funny. Welcome in, Jackie. Thanks for being here, my friend. All the way in the great north of Canada. I'm not too far away though. I'm like Cleveland. So like, you know, I could just swim up that disgusting lake into Canada and then we're hanging out. There you go. For the Love of Rock is with us tonight. What is up, my dude? You know what might be fun? Doing verses with bad movies, determine which one is the worst. That actually might be really fun. Do like just a battle of the shit movies from a certain franchise. Freddy's Dead versus Halloween Resurrection. This writes itself, dude. That's actually not a bad idea. I've also been thinking about expanding the verses out to like just characters too, like final girls going against each other, killers going against each other, who would win? A different final girl from one franchise going against a villain from something else, like Sidney Prescott versus Art the Clown, for example. Laurie Strode versus Ghostface. Who wins in that scenario? I'm thinking about doing that. Because I'll tell you what, man. A big reason I had to delay to this week's versus video is because there's so much to talk about. I'm also kind of reworking the format. For the versus videos too, which is something I had a hate comment the other day from someone who was rather rude about the way that they proposed a certain idea, but it was a good idea. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, okay, you know, actually you got a point. But I think I'm gonna try to incorporate more of like story elements from the movies I'm talking about, more than just like, here's my opinion on movie. Here's the flow of the movie and here's what I like about it, I guess is more what I'm going to be going for with this next one. So I hope you guys dig it. And for the love of rock, I'm going to consider doing the bad movies against each other too. Cause that's fun. You know, sometimes it's fun to hate on so bad they're good movies. In my opinion, Freddy's Dead is up there. Like that is a so bad it's good. That's a testament to that, in my opinion. It is a horrible movie that is so much fun, in my opinion. I think it's fucking hilarious, but that's just me. Villain Killin' Dylan is saying the leprechaun slaps and scratches. All right, hell yeah. Gory Tiger's with us saying, what's up? What's up? Gory Tiger, welcome in, welcome in. Sinister 5.0 is saying, hey, KillJoy Jake, how are ya? I'm doing fantastic, man. How are you? Welcome in, welcome in. Buff Snake, big old Buff Snake, is saying, almost finished the Game of Thrones, and I hope season 8 isn't as bad as people say. Ooh, so far the show is incredible, just finished season 7. Honestly, you should watch the first 2 episodes of season 8 and just call it a day. That's all you need. That is all of that show you need to watch, my friend. Man, I feel so bad for you, Buff Snake. You know, dude, I binged the whole show in like 2 months leading up to season 8. I was so excited. I'm like, this is so good. I love this. In my opinion, season 7 was like a little bit of a dip. Like, still not bad. It's got great moments, especially that last episode is awesome. But man, I remember being so excited for season 8, and by the time you get to that 3rd episode, you're like, what is happening, man? And it's just a shit show from that 3rd episode onward. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to spoil anything, but wow. Like, I have never been so disappointed, put in so much time that I felt like was just genuinely wasted into a show. It was honestly, for a while there, is a reason why I didn't watch TV shows. Like, I was like, I wasted so much time. Like, that ending was not worth my time at all. And it's a shame. It's a real shame. That's just my opinion, though. I know a lot of people who actually do really like Game of Thrones season 8, but I was just, I was very disappointed with it. It really, really put a damper on the whole thing for me. Lisa saying, have a theory that the Santa on his neck has to be a mall Santa. I agree. I don't think they're going to bring real Santa. I don't think they're going to bring Santa Claus, the guy that flies around on a sleigh, into all of this. I don't know. That's just me, though. I think it's going to be a mall Santa. I think that fits the more grounded nature of the Terrifier franchise. That, grounded. I mean, it's supernatural, but I don't know if it's so supernatural to the point that, you know, like, Santa Claus is flying on a reindeer and surfboard and all that shit. I don't know if that's how far we're taking it. You know what I mean? That's just my thoughts, though. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. When do you think a trailer ends up dropping for Terrifier 3? Well, you know, principal photography is not even done yet, so I imagine we won't get that until like the summertime, considering it comes out in late October. I would say like August, maybe late July is my guess. But it's definitely going to be well into the summer before we see like actual footage. We'll get some stills, we'll get some pictures before that and some little updates, I'm sure. But I don't think we'll see footage until like July, August is my guess. Jackie's saying you should go see the movie as Art the Clown in a Santa suit. That would be awesome. I would totally film that. that would be a lot of fun. All School is saying, sup? What's up, my friend? Welcome in, welcome in. We're talking a little Terrifier 3 tonight. Throw out any ideas you might have about the film, anything you're excited about. Run it up. See what's going out there. Villain Killing Dylan is saying, no, I mean when you said it, I spit out my drink. Oh, you spit out your drink. I love it, dog. I mean, listen, if I can say something that makes you spit, that has me excited. That means it's something good. Renting movies from Blockbuster, those were the days. It really was, man. Blockbuster was my store. We did family video and all that too, but Blockbuster was the move, dog. Like, that was just so much fun. Such a good time. I miss it. We have Netflix and all that now. It's convenient, it's easy, sure, but there's just nothing like walking into a video store and finding a movie you've never heard of, and you're like, whoa, what is this? Like, is it good? Does it suck? I don't know. Now we have the internet to tell you if things are good, if they suck, if it's middle of the road, whatever. And I think that, I don't know, there's just, movies have lost a luster because of the internet, I guess, in a weird sort of way. That's very, I guess that's kind of weird for me to say, a guy who literally talks about movies on the internet, but it's sad but true in a lot of ways. I love talking about movies with you guys, but there is that element. There is that lack of surprise when it comes to movies nowadays, because we know everything from the trailer. We hear people talking about them before they even come out. Just the world we live in now. World's constantly changing. Mr. Rick is saying, why do you think it took until T2 for art to become a horror icon and not after Terrifier 1? Terrifier 1, I think the biggest thing with that movie is it was reviewed pretty poorly, even by people who really liked it. Terrifier 1 does have some pretty obvious problems. Its plot is pretty clunky and all over the place. It doesn't really have a central character besides Art the Clown, which I think is something that I really appreciate about the movie, but something other folks may not have really latched onto the first time they saw it. Like, after I've seen it so many times at this point. I've seen Terrifier 1 like 10, 12, maybe even 15 times. And the more I watch it, the more I'm like, this movie is specifically about Art the Clown. This is not supposed to be like slasher versus Final Girl, like how it's typically set up in a slasher. No, this is just about, we wanted to make a movie about a clown that kills people. And that's it. We don't care about the characters. We want to showcase this insane killer ripping people to shreds in the most like awful ways possible. And the more I watch it, the more I'm like, yeah, that is absolutely what they were going for here. But it's just a little more marketable to actually have characters to root for that are inherently good. Which I think is why Terrifier 2 kind of took the horror crowd by storm. Terrifier 1 was like this like indie cult hit that a lot of people saw on Netflix and were like, ooh, that was really brutal. I liked that. But Terrifier 2, I think a lot of the people who might not have liked 1, not everybody, but some of the people who didn't like 1 for having a lack of story could really latch onto T2 for solving that problem. And the biggest thing there is Damien Leone listens to his fans, which is why I'm a mega fan of his. We have entire movie studios who can't do that, but this one guy who's making indie horror flicks can. So I'm a big fan of his. I'm a fan of his for life, in fact. I love the dude. I think that he's one of the only guys in the horror space doing something that a lot of us really want to see. And not that other horror movies are bad that are coming out right now, but he's making stuff that it's like this, everyone can relate to this. Everyone can have fun with this. It's simple. It's fun. That's what horror needs to be at the end of the day. Not all the time, but it shouldn't be. We shouldn't have that. We shouldn't have that be a void ever in horror. That's why so many people look at the 80s as the golden age of horror. A lot of it is just, here's the most ridiculous, crazy, fun shit you've ever seen, and it's also deeply rooted in the macabre. And, we've kind of lost that, I guess, in the 2010s a little bit. A lot of great horror movies in the thousands and 2010s, don't get me wrong. But, not so many that rely on that fun element of 80s, maybe even 90s horror too. So I think that's why people look back at that time period and they're like, that's the best time for horror, because that's when horror was like at its most fun and arguably its peak. So I think it's really cool to see that kind of slipping its way back into horror here in the 2020s, especially in the form of a sadistic clown that we all know and love. So I dig it, man. I think that's the biggest, those are the two biggest things about that movie, in my opinion. Nancy Thompson versus Vecna, that's a great fucking matchup, dude. When Stranger Things 5 comes out, I am so running that back. Oh, we're so making that happen. I love that. I like Scream and ice cream. I wonder how Nancy from specifically Stranger Things would do against Freddy Krueger too. Mac is with us tonight. What's up, Mac? How's it going, dude? Hey, Jake, your thoughts on Scream 7 being a mini spinoff, Kirby putting away her own ghost face when joining the FBI, and Saw 11 possibly being set in prison. I don't know where people are getting this, but I've heard this a few times now about Saw 11 possibly being set in prison. Usually when I talk about stuff, I like to know where it came from. I have yet to find a source or, someone, or source, so to say. Is someone just coming up with this on the internet? I'm curious. I've yet to track that down, but I would love to talk about that. I've seen a few people talk about it already. Scream 7 being a mini spinoff with Kirby kind of being the focal point is kind of what you're talking about. She's putting away ghost faces with the FBI, probably surrounded by new characters as well. I'm into it, dude. I think Kirby can totally lead a movie. Hayden Panettiere is fantastic in both Screams 4 and Scream 6. I would love to see Kirby just kind of have her own central movie. We could learn more about the character. Like I said, she's strong enough to lead a movie, which is the most important thing there. So why the hell not, man? That would be fun. I think it would be much more of an investigative, much more of a cop movie, I guess, which is something that would, kind of be tough. The audience is much more looking for teen drama, slasher, horror flick. So I guess that would be a little tougher to write, which is maybe why some people would be apprehensive to that idea. But I vibe with it. I would be so down for that. Some of the best whodunits are about a detective or, at its core, at its focal point. So I'm here for it, dude. Scream is once again, at its core, Scream is a whodunit. I want to see some good mysteries. I want to see some good kills. Whodunit slasher, I should have said that. You get the point, Mac. I'm here for it, though. I'm all about it. And Saw 11 being in prison, it's an interesting idea. Definitely. I need to know why. I need to know why we go there next, because there seems to be a bit of a story happening with connecting from Saw X now to Saw 11 that I'm hoping kind of gets fulfilled in a weird sort of way. Cecilia Peterson is this side antagonist in the newer Saw films, or at least just in Saw X. Will she be back for the next one? We've had some hints and teases at that. I kind of hope that's where we go next, personally. That's what I'm maybe the most interested in seeing next. Hoping for that, man. Lisa S is throwing $5 out there. Lisa, thank you so much for the support, my friend. Saying, today is my birthday. I'm going to Lisa Frankenstein on Thursday with my son. Lisa, happy birthday, my friend. That's awesome. And look at that. The week of your birthday, you got a movie out in theaters with your name in it. There you go. They did that for you, Lisa. They did that for you. I love it, though. I hope you guys enjoy it on Thursday. I had a blast with it personally. I thought it was a really fun movie. Don't go into this expecting a banger. Don't go into this expecting... Well, it's a banger. Don't expect a 10 out of 10. Don't expect this, masterpiece of a movie. But it is a very fun time. I had a very fun time with it. It's the first 2024 movie I've seen that I liked, which I think is another thing that it's very refreshing for me. I was like, oh, thank God, an enjoyable movie experience. Something that wasn't Founders Day that made me want to rip my eyes out. So yes, I loved Lisa Frankenstein. Very fun time. Enjoy it. It's got one joke in there, Lisa, that. I don't know if you're cool with the kids seeing. There's one joke in there that I'm like, ooh, oh man, that was out there even for this movie. But Lisa, thank you for the $5. I really appreciate you supporting the page. Thank you. Lollipop Sanchez is saying, what's up, Jake? I just saw your YouTube short about the update of Scream 7. I always take every update with a grain of salt. Good, because most updates these days. Who knows? Who knows if they're real or not? But yeah, I don't think that one's entirely bullshit. I think I hit on some interesting elements to that idea. The whole thing was we're getting an update this month on Scream 7. But the biggest thing I think I wanted to get across there is that when we do finally get an update on Scream 7, which should be soon, sorry. I imagine we're going to get everything all at once. They're going to get everything figured out with this movie and then drop it on us. Here's the director, here's the cast, here's what, basic plot line or whatever is going to be, and trailer comes out in a couple of months. And I think that's why we probably won't get that update until a little later into the year. But I wouldn't be shocked if we got it, if we just got baseline, who's directing, who's going to be in the cast, this month. I wouldn't be shocked. That would make sense. Spyglass has clearly been working very hard to get all that figured out, man. I mean, we're not the only one. We're not just talking into a void when, you see all those people online saying, boycott Scream 7. This is fucked up. I support Melissa. All that shit does not go unheard, I guess is my point. Spyglass is looking at all this shit every single day and know they got to make up for it in a big way. So hopefully they've got that figured out, but you never know. FXNN is saying actors Mason McCardia and Alexa Blair, who will be in T3, appear to have wrapped their scenes. Does that mean that the shower scene could be a kill teased from Mia and Cole's characters' descriptions? Yes, I would say absolutely. That would make sense if they got that out of the way first. Like a lot of the sequences with the side characters, just get them in there, get them out, so that they don't have to be on set for as long as possible. So that would actually make a lot of sense. For those who don't know, some character descriptions came out a little while ago about other people who are going to appear in Terrifier 3, because we got to have some bodies for Art the Clown to go through. And two of them were Cole, who is specifically Jonathan's college roommate, and his girlfriend Mia. They're described as a little annoying, and they apparently have to do a shower scene together. And I speculated, they are totally dying in that shower sequence, dog. They are, Art the Clown's coming in there and skewering them to death, and it's going to be vicious. So I would say yes, that would make a lot of sense that they've already filmed that. David Howard Thornton also posted on Threads recently talking about how they've already shot some really interesting stuff. And then they're going to do something, again, I think either today or tomorrow, that is also supposed to be really brutal. So I would imagine, yes, that would make a lot of sense if they get these like preliminary kills out of the way first, and then maybe work towards like some of the bigger stuff, like character development with Sienna and Jonathan, whatever this big showcase kill is that Damien has teased. That makes a lot of sense, my friend. Welcome in, by the way, FXNN. Welcome, welcome. Daniel K is saying, I'm basic. I just want to see Art make a bloody snowman or snow angel. You're not basic for wanting that, Daniel. I think a lot of us want that too. I love it, dude. I love it, man. Welcome in, Daniel. Appreciate you. Love your profile picture too, by the way. Jerkum, or J3 Arkim, is saying, I wanted to know the theories, but unfortunately it's a live broadcast and I don't know English. I'm Brazilian and I'm using Google Translate. I'm gonna breathe for a second so this guy can catch up. Dude, I'm so sorry, man. I wish I could speak other languages. Unfortunately, I can't, my friend. But I appreciate you being here. Really does mean a lot. I promise I'll make some more videos for you. And we'll talk more about that, and there'll probably be like a little translator thing on YouTube. Either way, I just appreciate you being here, even though we don't speak the same language. Love has no language, my friend, and I love you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me. Appreciate you. The Field of Screams. Love has no language, but he probably didn't understand what I said. He probably has to. He probably has to translate that. So, love. Here. Look at this. There you go. There's a heart. All the love to Brazil from Ohio. The Field of Screams podcast is saying, speaking of Stranger Things, I felt season 4 had major Nightmare on Elm Street vibes. Absolutely, and I wouldn't mind seeing the Duffer Brothers take on a Nightmare on Elm Street reboot. They're absolutely towards the top of my list towards who should tackle it. I'm totally with you, dude. I could see that happening. I watched the first 2 episodes of Stranger Things season 4 today, considering that they're also filming season 5. So that's exciting stuff, man. Once again, there's a lot of big horror news coming out. Evil Dead 6 is getting some interesting updates. Stranger Things 5, Terrifier 3, lots to talk about, my friends. Lots to talk about. Jumpscare TV is saying, howdy, I'm late. I miss anything? No, my friend. No, not really. We've kind of just discussed some interesting Terrifier 3 stuff. Talked about like kills, talked about people who have finished filming. For certain sequences, we believe the shower kill, which I talked about in a previous video, is probably in the can at this point, which is exciting. Lots of good stuff though, Jumpscare TV. Welcome in. Legion is with us tonight. What's up, Legion? In Scream, Billy's knife should have dropped along with his phone. Oh, in that one scene, I think that would have given him away a little too much, right? The phone is ominous, and anyone could have had a cell phone for whatever reason in 1996, but a knife, that's pretty clear cut. if you got a $150 in your pants, dog, ooh. I bet Billy's got a $150 in his pants, and I'm not talking about the knife. But Legion, I mean, it's got to be the phone, man. That would have given him away, like right there and then. Darth Chosen is with us tonight too. What's up, Darth? How's it going? Saying, what's up, Jake? Hope you're having a great day. I am, dude. I hope you are too. Off topic, but what are your thoughts on the Deadpool 3 trailer? I should have made a video about this, dude. I was like, I don't think anyone's gonna watch it. You know, anytime I try to talk about something that isn't Terrifier 3 or Scream on this page, it doesn't typically get views. I'm breaking that rule tomorrow with the Thanksgiving 2 video, but don't worry about it. I think I should have just made content on this, but I was pretty hyped about it. I will say that it's a little more censored than I was hoping for. Like, there's a few lines, and I mean, listen, it's a Super Bowl trailer. I get it. They can't put the raunchiest stuff in there. Besides the pegging joke, though, I mean, Deadpool doesn't really, I don't know, not a whole lot else in there that I was super losing my mind about. It's cool that we're gonna get him and Wolverine teaming up. That's like a big thing in the comics, I guess. I've never read them. I just love the movies, but I'm excited for that. Hugh Jackman, I'm sure, is going to add a lot to that movie. But I don't know, besides that, it just feels like we're forcing Deadpool into the MCU. There's a lot of that from the trailer that doesn't have me very excited. I hope that doesn't take up the majority of the movie. While I'm expecting to enjoy this film, I'm expecting it to be my least favorite from the Deadpool trilogy. But we'll see. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, in fact. So I'm going into this one with an open mind, but I have some reservations that I'm not super thrilled about with the movie. But I love the first two Deadpools. They are so much fun, in my opinion. Oh, I hope this one's good. Hope this one, under the Disney umbrella, is still good. Albany Saratoga Media Collector is saying he might poop an angel out. I don't think I've ever read something funnier on this page before. He might poop an angel out. Who he slaughtered to no end, then play in it one way or another. So he's doing poop angels. You know, we were talking about blood angels earlier. No, I want to see Art the Clown doing this through, you know that scene in Pitch Perfect with the puke? That, but Art the Clown in a bunch of diarrhea. That's what I want to see. That's my tall order for Terrifier 3. Damien or Terrifier 3 crew, if y'all are watching this, probably not. But if you are, come on. How hard would that be to film? Come on. Make it happen. Get some more poop in there. Can we get that hashtag started? Hashtag poop and Terrifier 3. Art the Clown feces. I would love for one of these ridiculous things that I pitch, like, you know, Michael Myers eating the rat and all that. I would just love for that to get taken up to the top somehow, and then we make that stupid shit happen. That would be so funny. Terrifier would be the franchise to make something like that happen, though, man. I'm just saying. It could happen. Patrick, what's up, Patrick? How's it going, my friend? Thanks for the $5, dude. I appreciate you. Saying, do you look forward to Zach Krager's next project from Barbarian? I think he's the next horror director to watch for. Dude, I 100% agree. He is going to be making some big moves. Barbarian was one of the only movies in 2022 that not one of the only movies. There was a couple. 2022 was an awesome year for horror, but I literally bought a ticket to the next showing after walking out of the theater for Barbarian. That blew my effing mind the first time I watched it. I love that movie to death. It is great. What I will say is his next movie is titled Weapons. Not a whole lot is known about it. I believe there's a very loose plot description. But one of the most recent updates from that film is that Pedro Pascal had to drop out of the project due to scheduling conflict. And that makes me sad, dude. That makes me really sad. Pedro's like maybe one of my favorite actors working right now, and I know that's not a hot take, but he deserves it. He deserves the praise, dude. He kills it in literally everything I've ever seen him in. And that should not go unrecognized, in my opinion. So he's fantastic. He always brings something to a role that isn't just the same old, same old. You know, I think that's the biggest thing. I feel like all of his characters are very wildly different from one another, which is why I was super hyped to hear that he was working with this up-and-coming horror director who made Barbarian. I was like, oh, man, oh, dude. Like, I'm at the point where Zach Krager can do whatever, I'll watch it. He impressed me so much with Barbarian. I love his comedy troupe, The Whitest Kids You Know. So funny. Watch their shit on YouTube all the time as a kid. So I don't know. I'm really feeling it. I'm really feeling whatever Zach Krager does next, Patrick. I'm here for it all day, every day. Run it back. Patrick, thanks for the $5, man. I really appreciate you supporting this cute little page on YouTube. Is it cute? No, it's a disgusting little corner of trash, but I still appreciate you supporting it, my friend. It's a corner of trash that means a lot to me. So thank you. Thank you so much. Mr. L is with us. What's up, Mr. L? Saying, I'm definitely not buying that Deadpool 3 will course correct the MCU. No, it's not. But I hope that the MCU does not course correct Deadpool, if that makes sense. And be like, hey, the mouse has its greasy little paws all over you, Deadpool. Now you can't say the F word too many times. I'm really hoping that doesn't happen. I'm kind of terrified of that happening, in fact. So I get that's not really a hot take either. I mean, I feel like a lot of people are thinking that about Deadpool, but I was hoping that they would go a little harder on some of the jokes in the trailer. That's my one thing. And we didn't really see that. Once again, Super Bowl trailer, maybe they had to censor it. But they got a pegging joke in there, so I was happy with that. I'll take that. But lots of, like Loki stuff in there, I guess. I don't know, man. Cameron, sporting a Happy Death Day profile picture, is saying, any prediction on who will have the most brutal death in Terrifier 3? Yes, my man Santa Claus, right there. I mean, they're teasing it in the artwork for the film, so I imagine that's got to be a big scene. I think there's a bit of bait and switch happening right now. When that teaser trailer came out, everyone was like, oh my God, Art the Clown's gonna kill a little kid in like the most brutal way possible. Art the Clown's probably gonna kill a kid in this movie, but it's not gonna be as brutal as you think. I think the big showcase death is going to be of Santa Claus. And here's why I genuinely believe that. Like, in the deepest realms of my soul, I believe that. Because it gets the same point across without being exactly what you're expecting. And I mean that in the best way possible, because I still think Art the Clown murdering a kid is something that, once again, may be too much for me, but I can see why they would want to do that. Boundaries have to be pushed in horror. There were people who went into The Exorcist in 1973 who would probably say, I never want to see a little girl do some of the things that Linda Blair ends up doing in that movie, and walked out of that film pissed off. But it pushed boundaries, and 50 years later, we're still talking about it as one of the greatest horror films ever made. So I'm never going to be against a horror film pushing boundaries, even if it's pushing boundaries that I'm not comfortable with. But I think it gets the same point across, doing that to a mall Santa in front of a bunch of kids, publicly in a mall. Think about the bedroom kill, think about the hacksaw sequence, right? These are both things that happened in secluded areas. I mean, sure, Tara was there to watch Dawn get sawn in half, which was brutal, but Art the Clown going into a shopping mall and sawing off Santa's face in front of a line of children waiting to, ask for presents, that gets the point across, man. I think that could easily top the bedroom scene depending on how it's done, personally. So I'm here for it. I say run it back, make that happen. Give a nightmare to to children everywhere of something just so horrifying, so unreal. I'm here for it though. But that's my guess. That's what I think is going to be the big showcase kill. I mean, like I said, it's on the already released poster. I think that's where we're going with it, if I had to guess. I like Screamin' Ice Cream is getting that hashtag going. I love it, man. Poop and Terrifier 3. Make it happen. Jumpscare TV is saying I loved Barbarian. Dude, me too, man. It's so good. I don't know. I'm still mad that there's no physical release for it, but at least we have it. At least that movie has been made. I'm just happy. Headbangers React is saying Santa for sure. Hell yeah. Headbangers React. I dig it. Ty Lee is saying, I do think there's bait. I thought you said I too think there's a bait and switch happening. That's really funny. But you think that's happening too. That's why I don't want to get too excited. Yeah, I feel like, there's a lot of things we think we have figured out that, there's still another twist to be thrown into all of that. I'm totally there. I don't know what that is necessarily. I'm not 100% sure. But we'll see. We'll see where it goes, Ty. I'm here for it though. I'm here for the wait. Smells Like Teen Horror. What's up, dog? How's it going? Glad to hear you're doing better, by the way. All the love to you, my friend. Saying, do you think it will be the real Santa Claus or a mall Santa? I don't think it's going to be the real Santa. Like, I don't think it's going to be, Santa Claus flying in on his sleigh and all that. I can't imagine. I can't see that being the case. Like, yes, Terrifier is supernatural, but I don't think they go that far into it. Not literally that far, to the point where this is a full-on elf Christmas movie. Like, that's getting into, that's getting into some insane territory. That's like taking art to space. Like, that's the same level of ridiculous, in my opinion, if we were to do something like that. I feel like it's got to be a mall Santa who's being a shitbird. Maybe he's drinking on the job and all that. Or, you know, maybe he's wholesome. You know, maybe that drives home the mean-spirited themes of this movie and things that Damien Leone typically likes to do. So you can go either way with that. And either way, it's going to be satisfying or awful. Damien doesn't usually like to have satisfying kills. I mean, there's a few in the Terrifier movies, but most of them are upsetting. And for people who don't deserve them. Allie in the bedroom scene, great example. She did not deserve that. She did not deserve that at all. Like, nothing about her character was saying, like, I want to see this person die in the most vicious way possible. And that's what makes it upsetting. It's like, ugh. Because you can set up a character to be a dickhead and then kill them, and it's satisfying. But we've seen a lot of movies do that, especially in the thousands. The thousands kind of killed that idea, in my opinion, too, so. GA7A is saying, but wouldn't it be better if it was the real Santa Claus? I think for like a short film that would be hilarious, but I just feel like that's like taking Art the Clown to space, you know? Same energy in my opinion. It's like we didn't have a concept for the third movie, so here's this like silly, insane shit that'll get the job done. Which, like I said, I'm sure that would be a fantastic 10-minute short film. That would be like a phenomenal short film that I would totally line up for, but I don't know, that's the big scene in your movie is we're going to introduce the real Santa Claus and Art's going to kill him. Like I feel like that would come out of left field. But that's just me, of course. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm totally wrong. To Hoken? What's up? What's up, man? How's it going? T667 saying Sienna or Jonathan, which one dies in Terrifier 3? I think Jonathan's dead, dude. Like, hot take, I think Jonathan is a goner in this movie. And I have some reason to believe this as well. It's not just total bullshit, I promise. My biggest thing is I think that Jonathan is going to be infected with the same thing that Victoria Hayes has, where, you know, he kind of turns evil and all that. Don't forget, Jonathan got his fingers bitten off by old Art the Clown. And I mean, you know, was that a sequence that was in there for brutality's sake? Just to get one last little something messed up in there? Sure, but it also could be telling as to where the plot's going in the next movie. You guys might remember in Terrifier 1, and I've brought this up a million times before. I apologize for sounding like a broken record. But there's a sequence in Terrifier 1 where we're introduced to the cat lady, who is a doll named Emily. She claims it's her baby. Then we find out in Terrifier 2 that there was an actual little girl named Emily who died, and she's also played by the same actress as the little pale girl. So my guess is that there's setup in Terrifier 2 that we don't even know is set up yet for Terrifier 3. It's going to be the same thing from 1 to 2, just like how we already know that the opening scene for Terrifier 3 is basically going to be Art the Clown escaping from the institute we saw him at in the post-credit scene for the previous film. So they're doing a very similar thing. Damien Leone has a certain style that we've kind of already seen in the sequel that's probably going to get applied to this next one as well. So I'm here for it. I'm excited for it. I can't wait. Jonathan's going to die though, which is probably going to be sad. But I feel like it's going to fuel and build up Sienna's character for one last epic showdown in Terrifier 4. Which I feel like the only way you could end the Terrifier franchise is if Art the Clown actually dies. How they do that, maybe we'll get that set up in Terrifier 3. We'll just have to wait until October, my friends. What else is going on here? Jackie's saying Deadpool versus Art the Clown. Now that would be a movie. That would take forever. Like, these are two characters that are like unkillable. that would take way too long. Way too long, No, I'm kidding. That would be hilarious. Actually, we'd be cracking up. Our stomachs would hurt after that movie. But it would just be like a 2-hour fight scene until one of them figures out how to kill the other. Lots of blood, lots of body parts that just keep growing back. Right? That would be awesome. Chrissy Rengert, what's up, Chrissy? How's it going? I respect Damien not having satisfying kills as a way to make his movie scarier. I agree. You know, I don't think you should. I think that's kind of the point of kills, right? They're not supposed to be satisfying. They're supposed to be upsetting. So I'm with you there, Chrissy. I agree. I don't think. I think that's a big problem with a lot of thousands horror flicks. Okay, let me rephrase that. I don't want to sound like a hater of the thousands. The thousands is one of the most underrated decades for horror flicks. I'll die on that hill. But if there's like a big group consensus problem with the majority of the films from this time period, there's a lot of characters they set up that are just dicks who just die, and it's like, ha, look at that idiot die. You know what I mean? Like that's what they're trying to give off, and it's like, okay, we don't need that. I don't know if we need that. Just give us characters who are nice and likable, and then rip them away from us. And it's like, oh no, Shelly, dear God, not Shelly. Oh, God, I liked Shelly. I can't believe they killed her 45 minutes into this. Locked is with us. What's up, Locked? How's it going? Thanks for being a channel member as well. Appreciate you. David Harbour is Santa versus Art the Clown. So Violent Night meets Terrifier. Dude, oh man, that's wild. You guys are pitching some crazy versus video ideas to me right now, and I am starting to think I might try that out with the next one. The one that I'm doing now is so research heavy. It's been a bit exhausting to make. I'm not gonna lie. So to do something where it's like just the most random, ridiculous fight scene like that, I am so into doing something like that, just to give myself a little bit of a break. But it'll still be a fun video. I mean, that's still gonna be a blast. Oh my God, Art the Clown versus Michael Myers, or Final Girl from one franchise going off against Killer from this franchise. I'm here for it, dude. That'd be awesome. You know what else makes that interesting too? The verses where it's like certain characters from different franchises is like, if you do Ghostface, we're talking about any of the Ghostfaces. So anyone from those movies who's been behind the mask being Ghostface at any time. That could be insane. That could be a totally nutty video, because it's like, well, going up against Jill, that's one thing, but going up against like Mickey is a whole other fight. You know what I mean? It's totally different styles, totally different kinds of killers that we could pit them against. I feel like Ghostface, that makes Ghostface a harder foe for that reason. So there's a lot to think about there with versus videos between final girls and villains between different franchises, for sure. Locked, hell yeah, dog. Thanks for being a channel member as well. What else do we got going on here? Joshua is with us. What's up, Joshua? Hey, dude, I did all the VFX for Terrifier 3. I can assure you T3 is going to be insane. Josh, no, oh, for T2. Dude, that's awesome, man. Oh my God. Are you working on Terrifier 3 though? Or have you just been like in the loop about it? Like way more than I have, probably. I'm curious. Dude, that's awesome, man. First of all, congratulations just on doing that. That's insane. I would like literally give an arm and a leg just to be a part of the Terrifier franchise in any way, shape, or form. So that's insane, man. I'm a little jealous, but congratulations. Congratulations, dude. I'm excited for T3, man. I'm excited. Oh, I can't wait. It's gonna be sick. Thanks for watching the channel too, man. That means a lot. Josh is saying can't talk about it. Very, very much in the loop. Ooh. So you might be doing some effects on the new one, is what you're saying. This wasn't a mistake after all, Josh. I did all the VFX for Terrifier 3. Maybe that wasn't a mistake. I'm just messing with you, man. No, thanks for hanging out with us tonight, man. I really appreciate you. Thank you. You're saying big fan? Dude, I'm a big fan of you now. Are you kidding me? Big fan of the channel. Appreciate that, dog. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting the page and just hanging out with us tonight, man. That means a whole lot. Sarah Campbell has been a member for 15 months. Holy F, dude. No way. Thanks for 15 months of this. Starts playing Creed. That's what we need, Sarah. We need a Creed button right here. What if? Yeah, we need that so bad. I'm with you, Sarah. I love it. Sarah, thank you so much for your support, though. It has been, I know I say it every stream, but I mean it. You are the queen around here. You absolutely kill it. You're always making these live streams. Fucking awesome. And it means a whole lot, Sarah. So thanks for hanging out with me all the time on these, whatever the hell is going on here. I don't know. It's just kind of me screaming into the void. And you guys giving me some weird stuff to work with. And I love it. It's weird stuff from here. It's weird stuff from you guys. And I can't get enough of it. It's great stuff. So, Sarah, thanks for hanging out with me for 15 months and hopefully another 15 in the future. I'm excited. I'm excited for what the future holds. MKS Unicorn is saying any predictions for Stranger Things Season 5? Biggest predictions for Season 5 is, I imagine, I don't want to talk about something negative. Let's talk about something positive. I imagine that Vecna is going to come back full force, maybe with some new twist about him. That I'm hoping to see. I hope that it's not just the same villain from the previous entry. Vecna gets a little scarier, maybe right off the bat gets an emotional kill in. I think that would be really brutal. I want to see Vecna evolve. I think that's my big thing. I want to see Vecna do something different than just lift people up in the air and then maybe kill them. I want to see that. I want to see that character evolve too. We learned a lot about him in Season 4. number one, I guess, 001. And I want to know more. I want to know more about what he's up to, like what he's doing now. Hopefully they can take the character down a fun new path in season 5. I'm here for it though. Joshua is asking, is that a 7-string behind you? Just a 6-string. It's a Jackson guitar, which I know is cheap, but they sound good. I don't care what anyone says. I love the way they sound. I'm working on some music and stuff. I do that as well, but I've yet to release any of it just because I haven't had time. I'm working on my own short film and all that fun stuff. But I really, for the longest time, I've wanted to do a cover of a Black Sabbath song. It's something off of Volume 4. That's all I'll say. It's one of my favorites of all time. And we're working on potentially recording a little cover of that. So I'm very excited for it, man. But yeah, I've been playing since I was 9 years old. I've tried to record stuff so many times in my life, I just never got to it. And now I'm trying to make movies, which is wild. I have a crazy background in music, but I choose to make movies instead. The track you're listening to right now, I actually wrote. So it's just like MIDI stuff. It's nothing nuts, but. I got to show off a little bit, Joshua, okay? You came into the stream and you're like, listen, I did all the VFX for Terrifier 2. Get fucked, Jake. So I had to do something. I'm totally kidding, my man. I'm just messing with you. You're saying you love Jackson? I have a dinky? Hell yeah, dog. I'm glad you dig that, though. Josh is also asking, were you under the impression that all the kills in T2 were practical? Yeah, honestly, I was. Josh, I feel like I heard about you specifically recently. like I feel like I heard about you recently and I was just like, oh, really? Okay, no way. Because I honestly had no idea that there was VFX in there. I was like, wow, this is impressive practicals, dude. No way, but hell yeah, dude. And I love the way that Damien and all you guys were able to do like a mix of VFX and practical. That's, in my opinion, the best way to do it. And I mean, Terrifier 2 is proof of that. Holy crap. I mean, those effects are insane, man. Everything, every inch of it, man, is disgusting. And I love it. It's great stuff. You guys did an excellent job, seriously. It's fantastic. Want to say hi to a few more folks out there. Art by Cam is saying mods Terrifier 3 Victoria predictions. What are our Victoria predictions? I believe she's going to be a big facet to Terrifier 3. Almost like a Bride of Terrifier sort of thing. That's my big thing about it. They've been setting her up for like 2 movies now to have some kind of significance. And maybe that was just, birthing the head of Art the Clown so it can regrow back to his full clown-like body. Maybe that's it. But I feel like she's gonna have a bigger role in this movie somehow. I could see them all being this like messed up clown family, Art's the dad, Victoria's the mom, Little Pale Girl's the kid. I mean, that's a striking visual if I've ever seen one. And at Christmas time too, it's perfect for the family, It's wholesome. which is what everyone knows the Terrifier movies as being. Totally wholesome, man. That's so funny. Josh is saying tons of VFX. The mix is the best way to do it. Yes, absolutely, man. It looks great, man. And you're saying, let me know if you need VFX. Dude, I will. Like, I hope you know that. I will let you know. Because you do great work, man. I'm very impressed. Very impressed by your stuff. MKS Unicorn is saying, I love your videos. You always make my day and you rock. You rock, my friend. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thanks for watching, too. I couldn't do all this goofy stuff if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you. Headbangers react to saying T2 effects are amazing. My favorite movie in years specifically. Dude, it's all good, man. I mean, listen, you're having mistakes typing. I can't even talk properly, and this is my job, so don't worry about it. You got nothing to worry about, my friend. Dude, no, I agree. Terrifier 2, it is my favorite horror movie of the 2020s thus far. I love it. And while, I am very excited for T3, are they going to top Terrifier 2, though? I mean, that's a tall task, ladies and gentlemen. Will they be able to do it? I hope so. I would be blown away if they did, because I love every second of Terrifier 2, dude. Like, that, it's a banger, man. It's a banger. Love it. Darth Chosen is saying, Jake, do you want to see Sweet 16 from Totally Killer versus Happy Death Day? Are you saying like, do you want to see Sweet 16 from I don't think I know what you're talking about, my friend. Sweet 16. What? Is this like a band? It sounds like a punk band. I don't know. If you're just pitching to me though, a versus video right now, I'm into it. I'm into Totally Killer versus Happy Death Day. I can see these two going for it. Josh is confident. I love it. Of course they're going to top T2 and T3. Hopefully it's not 3 fucking hours long. I mean, listen, there's a lot of people out there, man. There are a lot of people out there who hear that news and they're rejoicing, man. I'm a fucking weirdo though, and I kind of love the 2 hour, 20-minute runtime, which is, it's ridiculous. It is, but I think that's what I loved about Terrifier 2. I'm like, this is ridiculous in every sense of the word. The runtime, the kills, the events. I just love it, dude. But you know, I have heard, I feel like I've heard Damien say this, maybe, that Terrifier 3 was not going to be that long again, like maybe closer to 90 minutes. I'm here for it. I get it, but I'm not gonna lie. If it was 3 hours, I wouldn't be complaining. Josh, if you're doing the VFX for it, which I know you can't talk about, I imagine you don't want it to be 3 hours though. That sounds like a lot more work, a lot more of a headache. It's very funny stuff. Josh, if you ever want to come on the channel too, you are always welcome, my friend. So, and anyone from Terrifier can just hop on anytime and take over. Y'all are doing some insane work right now, which I greatly appreciate in the space. And if I can give y'all, I mean, listen, it's a tiny platform, but it's something. If I can give you a space to just talk about all that bullshit, I'm here for it. I'm all about it. Trayvon King is saying, hey, Jake, one more thing before I leave. Have you seen Channel Zero? Great show. Dude, you know, Trayvon, I started this and I never finished it. I loved the image of the dude that's made up of teeth, though. Awesome idea for like a monster killer, whatever. And a great concept for a TV show, man. It's like all these kids remember this show that didn't exist. And they're trying to figure out like what's going on. Like, that doesn't make any sense. What do you mean this show didn't exist? I remember watching it. It is bizarre. It's so interesting. I need to finish it. I love movies and TV like that, where it's like just presents this impossible mystery and then it leads you down a crazy rabbit hole. I guess I'm a big Alice in Wonderland fan. But no, I love that. Oh, love that stuff to death, man. That is always my favorite. So Channel Zero, it really held my interest. I never finished it. I don't know. I do that with a lot of stuff, unfortunately, but I got to get back to it. Got to work on my attention span because it's sometimes of a potato. Learning to fix that though, for sure. Josh is saying, I agree, the pacing is solid. Didn't feel like 2.5 hours to me. Dude, I agree. That's my big thing. If you want to make long movies, run it back if your movie deserves to be that long, if it makes sense to make it that long. And Damien made a movie that, in my opinion, doesn't drag, and it's 2 hours and, what is it, like 24, 30 minutes? Something like that. Close enough. I loved it. I love every second of that movie. I've seen it so many times. I don't know, man. It is so much fun. It's one of my favorite slashers of all time. Art by Cam is saying, TBH, I wouldn't hate a 3-hour Art the Clown Massacre. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Darth is saying, little runtime prediction, Terrifier 3 being 1 hour and 45. Honestly, I could see that too. I see that being the case. You know, we were talking earlier about, Damien listening to the fans, something that I think is so important. And, a lot of fans did say, the movie's a little long. That was probably the biggest thing I've heard from people in terms of a complaint, because it was mostly praise, let's be honest. But yeah, if there is one thing that I see them, I don't want to say correcting, right? That's the wrong word, because I don't think it was an issue in Terrifier 2, but something to accommodate is that they would make it a little shorter. So something closer to 1 hour 45. I agree, Darth. Oh, but Josh, the guy who's potentially working on it, once again, is saying, I doubt it'll be under 2 hours. So there you go. Okay. Well, Josh, you're giving us some good information here, man. Don't get yourself in trouble, but also, I don't mind. I don't mind, man. Doubt it'll be under 2 hours. That's exciting stuff. I remember Art by Cam's like, who is Josh? Josh worked on Terrifier 2. He did the VFX for the film. They did a mix of VFX and practical effects. And he I don't know if he's going to admit it in the chat or not, but he may be working on Terrifier 3. I feel, this guy is coming in our live stream. He's being nice, and I feel like I'm threatening him a little bit. No, I'm just being goofy. I'm just goofing around. It's we're honored. We're honored to have Josh as a guest tonight. It's very exciting stuff. Headbangers react to saying Terrifier is pushing limits and sticking it to Hollywood. Hell yeah. It shows that independent film can thrive. I love it. It's inspiring. Practical effects make me happy too. They absolutely do. I couldn't agree more. I don't hate VFX. And I'm not just saying that because Josh is here. No, but I do think that we've gone astray from making sure that the kills in movies look good. And I'm definitely not someone who's like, oh, VFX look bad all the time. They don't. The VFX look awesome sometimes. I mean, dude, for me personally, Cocaine Bear that came out last year, I was like really impressed by some of the VFX in that. I'm like, damn, that actually looks really good. Holy crap. I mean, how else could they have made that movie, you know? And they did it with VFX and it looks good. It's good stuff. VFX can be done well. Same with practical, but they can both also be done bad. And that's my big thing about them. He wants to clarify. I'm a visual effects artist. You hate CGI. Hey, listen, dude. I respect it, man. Some of the superhero movies and stuff I think abuse it, and that's my big thing. That's my big thing. I think you can abuse these things, and that's what I'm not crazy about. It's like you can't always lean on that. You can't always lean on just leaving it up to somebody else. Just be like, oh, it's gonna be fine. What y'all are doing is you're doing it right. When VFX are done right, you don't know that they are VFX. Absolutely. I agree. That's the big thing. That's the most important thing there, for sure. Chrissy is saying, to be fair, there is bad practical effects, like in Scream, I almost said Scream, Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3. No, yeah, that's exactly what I was getting at. All things can be done right and done poorly, and that's the biggest thing at the end of the day. Look at Godzilla -1. This is such a good example. This is gorgeous looking CGI that I think is fantastic. But then you watch something like any new Marvel movie, and it's like, what? Like I've seen kids in college who do a better job than the people who are working on Marvel movies on CGI. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. And it's all because you're just not spending enough time on these things. I will forever bring up Godzilla -1 as an example of that. So Josh is saying not a minute in Terrifier 2 goes by without VFX. Dude, it's interesting. I unfortunately I was part of this gang too. I hate to admit it. That was just saying like, dude, practical effects in Terrifier 2 are great, but we didn't appreciate your work on the film, man. It's something that I guess has kind of flown on under the radar until now. So it's interesting. It's interesting stuff. Josh is also saying, I just hope Jess Dubois, maybe, terrible at pronouncing things, my friend, is in T3. She was awesome in T2. Man, I'm failing at my horror job here. Terrifier 2. We're running this back. Who was that? Who was that in the film? I should probably know this, I feel. Damn. I'm trying to think of like people who survived in Terrifier 2. I'm like, I don't even. You done stumped me, my friend. You done stumped me. I don't know. Oh, I'm not seeing it either. Olaf the Snowman is saying, so does Olaf get ignored tonight too? I'm trying my best, Olaf. I'm doing what I can. But welcome in, dude. Hopefully you're not melting. It is getting colder outside, at least where I'm at. So you should be okay for now. But man, it's going to get a couple more months and you might be down the drain, my friend. Oh, okay. She was an extra in it like 6 times. Josh, I was like, dude, I got so red. I'm just like, man, I don't know this shit. Oh, fuck. I was like, how do I not know this? Oh, she's next to, oh, she typed that. She put that in the chat. Okay, there you go. I hope she's in it too. That's awesome. I'm like, who was in that? Who was she in that? Oh no. Carl is with us tonight as well. What's up, Carl? How's it going? Saying, so excited for T3, but any updates on stream from the same team? I remember hearing you report on it before. Hell yeah, thanks for watching that, man. Thoughts on the trailer? Looks sick. Excited to get both that and Terrifier 3. I don't believe we had any like crazy big updates on stream, the last that I heard. It is coming out early this year, so we should be getting it relatively soon. Sooner than Terrifier 3. That's what director Michael Levy promised me. So I'm excited. I'm very excited for the film, though. I'll tell you what, man. Trailer does look sick. If you guys don't know about this, too, I will happily introduce you to it. I hate to, be so full of myself, but I was in one of the reels that they posted on their Instagram page. Okay, I'm going to shut the fuck up. But basically, Stream is about these killers who are running around at a hotel doing kind of like a Squid Game thing. It's like a competition to see how many people they can kill. And it's all these people who are staying at this hotel trying to survive this awful, terrible thing that's going on around them. David Howard Thornton plays one of the 4 killers in the movie as well, who's, of course, Art the Clown. And I'm hella excited for it, dude. It features an insane cast. Like this crazy cast of horror icons, B-movie celebrities, essentially. You got like Jeffrey Combs, Barbara Crampton, Tony Todd. There's more people than what I'm about to list off the top of my head, but there's so many horror icons. Daniel Harris is like one of the stars of it. Oh my God. Like, dude, I'm hyped for this movie beyond belief. This is one of the many movies that I'm super excited for this year, and I happily supported it on Indiegogo as well. So badass movie. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm excited for it nonetheless. And Joshua did VFX for Stream as well. Look at that. I love it, man. I love it. Good stuff. Oh, you're saying it should be out towards the end of the year. Okay. I wasn't 100% on that, dude. But that's dope. That's dope. I remember I interviewed Michael late last year, the director of the film, and he was saying he wanted it to come out like earlier, but shit changes, man. That was also like last October, so that was like this is a 5-month-old update I'm talking about here. Things change, my friend. Can you make more videos if we get updates about Terrifier 3? Dude, every time there's an update, I make a video, my friend. The biggest things that I cover on this page are Terrifier 3 and Scream 7. Those are the movies I'm the most excited for moving forward. And I think, I want to talk about more horror movies on this page. It's been a big reason why I tried to announce a rebrand in January that ultimately kind of fell through. People are like, nope, Jake, we want to come to this page for updates. I respect it. So what I think I'm going to do is pour a lot of my efforts and energy into making the Versus series something a lot more fun. So I can talk about weirder, more out there horror flicks. That's a big thing that I felt was very important to this page. I love talking about the updates, don't get me wrong, but there are also a lot of very underrated hidden gems out there that I feel like need to be talked about more. One that I bring up a lot is Alligator from 1980 is such a good, weird movie. The list goes on. Be My Cat, a film for Anne, which is one of the most bizarre found footage flicks I've ever seen in my entire life. But it's one that I feel needs to be talked about. There's a lot of just flying under the radar movies out there. Every year there's something. Every year, Suitable Flesh. Nobody's talking about this movie. It's fantastic. It is so good, so brutal, so very, very quirky in the same way that like Reanimator is, and I believe it takes place in the same universe as well. So I think that's kind of what I want to dedicate the Versus series to. Will it get less views? Yes, but I don't care. At this point, I want that to be a facet of this channel in some capacity, even if it's not the main goal. So I'm okay with that. Purple and Gold is saying, with the success of the Gore Fest, Terrifier, would Hatchet have thrived if released in this era? Joshua, who also did VFX on 2 and 3, says, Hatchet rules. Hell yeah. I gotta do a rewatch on those movies, man. It's been a long time. They need to do Victor Takes New Orleans. I'm here for it. And you're also saying cover Martyrs from 2008, completely underrated, makes Terrifier look like a Disney movie. Dude, I love Martyrs. I kind of agree, though. It is very brutal. It's very dark. And I love it. Oh, my God. I love Martyrs to death. It's one of those movies that, yes, is super brutal, but I feel like I personally can still stomach it and still be able to, like, really enjoy that story. I love it. I think Martyrs it's brutal in the ways that it needs to be brutal and just so effective. It's such an effective emotional story. Oh, man. I love that film to death. I should cover that and the remake. That got remade. Okay, lots of horror remakes, man. I'm thinking of so much shit. JT Owsley is saying, curious, what do you do all day when you're not recording and masturbating to Art the Clown? Well, I do the latter there a lot, but dude, this is a full-time job, man. This is a lot of work. I started work today at 8:30. Yeah. Okay. Well, 9. I started work at 9. I made breakfast at 8:30. But I work from sun up to sundown almost every day of the week, dude. And I think, a lot of people like to come in here and just say things like that. Like, oh, you're just, all you do is talk and do all this. Dude, this is the end of my workday, man. I've been working since 9 a.m. I bust my ass on all this shit. And it makes me laugh every time I hear people say, get a real job, loser. And I'm just like, I probably work harder than most of you. So, and that's not me being a dick or anything. That's not me trying to be full of myself. I put very hard work into this channel, and I'm very proud of it. That's what I will say. Jumpscare TV is saying, Jake, if you ever need an actor for your new future movie, hit me up. I'll do it for free. Hell yeah, dog. We're trying to make sure that everyone gets paid on this next production. I talked about Red Right Hand, the Scream fan film we made 2 years ago now. We just, we had our buddies come in and act for us. And, they weren't really actors, but I want to make sure everyone gets paid. And, it's a real production this time around. Because I want to do something a little more impressive. Red Right Hand was the first movie I ever made. It was made with a lot of love and passion and a lack of film knowledge. So I want this next one to be different, though. Well, I want to show growth. That's a big thing for me. Joshua Petrino saying Lay to Rest and Chrome Skull needs more slasher love. This would be a great one to cover. I've never seen the second one. But I have seen the first one. I agree. These could use some more love. There's a lot of, those are thousands, I believe. There's a lot of thousands slashers that really fell under the radar. Like Hatchet, we were just talking about. And unfortunately just didn't, achieve the same status as some of their predecessors. We don't have a whole lot of icons too, which is why I think Terrifier 2 was such a big, refreshing movie. It had been such a long time since we had a slasher icon. And now we do in Art the Clown. It's like, oh, this is awesome, man. So I agree. That's an iconic, Chrome Skull, iconic killer. I think he's got a really good look to him, and I'd love to see maybe a resurgence too. That could be cool. Nah is saying, hey Jake, if you could see any horror franchise get a remake requel, what would it be? For me, it would probably be the George Romero Dead franchise. Oh man, but who could do it better than George? That's tough. That's real tough, man. That's real tough. Because we have seen remakes for those movies, and Dawn of the Dead's fantastic, but the other ones, I don't know. Night of the Living Dead, there's an argument. There's a case for that, I think, for sure. But what horror franchise deserves to get a remake requel? Now, we're talking specifically franchises. Because I have a few one-off horror movies, especially from the 80s, that I would love to see a remake of. What comes to mind first is Society. I love this movie to death, but I would kill to see a remake of Society by Brandon Cronenberg or one of those weirder indie directors. I would love to see them do something with that. I think that would be sick. Brandon Cronenberg is my top choice for sure. But what's a franchise specifically? What needs a remake, a requel? Nightmare on Elm Street is top of my list, dude. Listen, with Art the Clown being back, that's a big thing we're talking about tonight, Terrifier 3. There is this want for goofy slashers. Again, there's this want for icons. Who is the horror icon? Horror slasher icon. It's Freddy Krueger, baby. He's the king. I want him back so bad. We need a requel. But we need a Nightmare on Elm Street requel. I would kill for that, for sure. But I'm always down for zombies. Nah. I'll tell you what, because I love those movies. Those three are that's the holy trinity of zombie movies is Night of the Living Dead, Dawn, and Day. Day is underrated, man. I love Day. But I get, dude, trust me, I get it. I get why you want more of those because they're banging. They are banging, dude. Joshua was saying, okay, Hatchet was big in the early thousands. I just don't hear people talking about it now, That's my big thing. We still have people talking about Scream. We still have people talking about Nightmare Friday, all that stuff. I don't hear people talk about Hatchet as much. Or Chrome Skull. Which I think is a shame, because these are good movies. These are very good movies that I think deserve a little more attention. Oh, wait, hang on. Joshua was saying, I hope to release my slasher next year. Jonathan Davis from Korn plays the villain. Extremely gory, but lots of fun. Dude, no way, man. Oh my God. Listen, Korn is one of my favorite bands of all time. That is badass, man. That is absolutely insane. Jonathan Davis, man. That's nuts, man. Oh my God. Sorry, that's crazy. I had never heard of this. This is insane. I gotta see this. Does he do like the corn, like boom, back, da, boom, back, da, ida? Does he do that whole thing as the villain? Cause dude, take my money. Here you go. If Jonathan Davis just like does that over somebody as he's like stomping their head in, I'm here for it. Yes, Freddy needs a fresh reboot. Hell yeah, dog. Just another horror fan is throwing out Love Laid to Rest and Chrome Skull. Reeker and Rise of Reeker also get no love. I have not seen these, my friend. Reeker. Very interesting stuff. Joshua saying that was a great Jonathan Davis impression. Dude, don't tell him I did that though. Like, please don't. Please, for the love of God, don't tell him I did that. Hey, he'll be like, ugh, man. Seen that a million times. No, I'm just kidding, man. That's great. There are definitely corn references. I'll take it. Hey, I'll take it, man. Listen, that's badass. No, I'm very excited for that, dude. That's awesome. Very awesome stuff. Will Barron is saying, speaking of Nightmare and Rob Hall, Terrifier and Stream, the guy who played, Terrifier 3, right? Or Terrifier, I don't know. Terrifier Stream, the guy who played Will the Exterminator, Michael Levy, played younger Robert Englund in a movie, Fear Clinic, directed by Robert Hall, New Freddy. Oh, that's interesting. No way. I wonder if that's, okay, so Michael was telling me about a movie that was shot in Ohio, very close to where I live. I wonder if it was that movie. I'm not 100% sure or not, but he was saying he acted in it too, and I was like, oh, maybe it's that. That's cool. That's really cool, dude. That's badass, Will. Great little piece of information there. Man, Michael playing the new the new Freddy, that's insane. That's nuts, man. I'm sure he'd be down. Josh is also saying you redid all the VFX for Fear Clinic's director cut. Very nice, very nice. Hey, that's awesome, man. That's very good stuff. You're texting Jonathan like, dude, get a load of this fucking idiot. Timestamp and everything. Oh man. See, what was I thinking? What was I thinking, Josh? That's really funny, dude. Purple and Gold is saying, I love these streams. Feels like I'm talking to my homies in the garage. Good. That's the vibe, man. That's what we want to give off here. I have always, used horror as my escape from reality, and that's just what I was hoping this page would be one day. And I think we've kind of gotten to that. It's great to hear. It's always great to hear someone say exactly what you're going for with what you're doing. And Purple and Gold, you just made my night. so thanks, man. Finney is with us tonight, rocking a Spider-Man profile picture. Probably my favorite superhero, not gonna lie. Saying, I can see the little pale girl dressed as an elf in Terrifier 3. That would be so funny. Also, it would be cool to see her have her own kill scene. I agree, dude. We got some individual moments with her in Terrifier 2 that were cool. But also very like not like her scoring a kill, but just like really, really creepy, weird moments. Her in the makeup room with Jonathan, I think, is a great example of this. And of course, her and Art the Clown's antics throughout this. They're doing prank calls in the van like they're goofy teenagers. Dude, that's hilarious. Like that's great. I love that whole sequence. But I don't know. I agree. It would be cool to see the little pale girl get a kill herself for whatever reason. I oddly do see Terrifier 3 being like an ensemble movie, simply because of like they're having multiple killers. Like ensemble in the sense of like, here are 3 killers going after people, not just Art the Clown, which I think is an interesting way to up the ante. I'd be into it. I'd be very down for that. Not the whole time. I want to see Art the Clown do his thing, of course. But if Victoria's there helping him out a little bit, I'm not going to be complaining, I guess is my point. Or the little pale girl. So, no, I vibe with that. That's hilarious, dude. Run it, man. Ty is saying, you never know, he might become a subscriber to your channel. Dude, hey, that'd be pretty cool. Be pretty cool, man. I would vibe with it. I'm always thankful. I'm always thankful for anyone subscribing. Next Gen is saying, imagine Art kills the real Santa, and by the end, he has a battle-damaged suit with half of his clown suit showing underneath a ripped and bloody Santa suit. I think that back half there, dude, I think you're 100% right. Once again, I can't stress this enough. I feel like what we saw in the teaser is a exaggerated version of something that we're going to see in the actual movie. The exact same, things are not going to happen, I would imagine. But I do believe we're going to see Art the Clown rocking the Santa suit in the third act. And like you said, battle damage, it's going to get ripped. You can see like on the inside of it. He's, I love that about Art the Clown because he starts off like, he's all got the white suit and all that. But by the end, he's completely covered in blood. That goes for both movies too, which I just love that about him. That attention to detail is great. Hoping to see that here again in Terrifier 3. But once again, upping the ante. Santa suit the whole time. Bam! Joshua's saying, how great would it be if the real Santa saved the day, though? I mean, come on. Come on now. Santa comes in and uses some Christmas magic to whisk Art the Clown away. It's a happy ending. I don't know, man. I kind of want a brutal ending, I'm not going to lie. Oh, by van scene, you mean the prank call? You're saying the van scene reminds me of the Terminator 2 scene. What's wrong with Wolf? Yes. There's a lot of 80s and 90s influence in Terrifier 2 that I think is really cool. The entire costume shop sequence is obviously very like Pee-wee's Big Adventure. But no, I totally agree. There's a lot of scenes in that where I'm like, oh, this feels like this movie. That's really cool. And I just love this. I don't know. It's great stuff. It's just such a fun movie. It feels nostalgic in a lot of weird like subconscious ways too, which I think is very fun. MKS Unicorn is saying, please see this. You're the best. You rock. Remember, you're enough and you are the best. Hey, you know what? I really appreciate that. You can never say that enough to a person, I think. So thank you. That really does mean a lot. I don't get a whole lot of nice YouTube comments. So when I do, I appreciate them even more than you know. So thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Same to you as well. MKS Unicorn. Joshua saying the teaser was its own thing, just to be clear. Made that wreath with the skulls while I was on lunch for another flick. Dude, no way, really? Oh my God. Oh, I wish I had a picture of that. Damn. That's awesome. Oh my God. Dude, that was sick when that came up too. The whole Terrifier 3 logo, like specifically in the teaser, it gave me some Black Christmas vibes too. Like, I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but kind of gave me some Black Christmas vibes that I really liked. David is saying, Joshua, please tell us, does Art make shit paintings in Terrifier 3? The people have to know. That's the most important thing. I mean, that's what the fans really want. The fans want Art the Clown throwing his poop at the wall. More than anything, dude. David's right. I mean, David's spitting straight facts here. Joshua's saying you should see the first version. It was totally Silent Night, Deadly Night. Oh, dude, that's awesome, man. Well, I'm glad to hear that we're inspired by these Christmas slashers because, like we were talking about before, there's a lot of T2 that feels very inspired from other, 80s, 90s movies, and it's great to hear that that's once again true here. That we're kind of we're paying homage. We're not ripping off. We're paying homage to these films we enjoyed in the past, and I love that. Oh my God. Josh, I'm making a video about this comment tomorrow. I'm not even kidding. Josh is saying, I can't imagine a world where he wouldn't. That's not a confirmation. Hey, listen, you covered your ass there, but you also, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, and all that. Okay, poop in Terrifier 3, ladies and gentlemen. We got down to it. We did something with tonight's stream, everybody. We did something here. Oh my God, dude, I will lose my mind if Art the Clown poops in that movie now and starts wiping it on the walls. It'll make my entire it'll make my entire year. Unfortunately, I do got to sign off, which makes me sad. Can only go for 90 minutes tonight. But Joshua, thank you so much for joining us tonight. For people watching who are just joining us, Joshua did the VFX on Terrifier 2, and he doesn't want to admit it, but I think he's doing the VFX on Terrifier 3 too. But that, once again, that's just speculation. We're not confirming anything tonight, except for the fact that, well, Art the Clown poops and writes stuff on the walls. I mean, come on. But Joshua, seriously, man, really means a lot. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. And sorry, I was doing a little bit of ribbon. I was doing a little goofing around here, man. But I have not seen Pretty Face, but I love the name. I'm a big fan of the name for sure. I dig it, dude. Made by a lot of the people from Terrifier 2 and All Hallows Eve Trickster. Very nice stuff. Okay, badass, dude, badass. Let's chat, Jake. You know what? I'm gonna follow you, man. I'm gonna follow you right now before I sign off because this is important, okay? Like this, Art the Clown pooping in Terrifier 3. This is very important stuff. I think I follow you already, but I'm not 100%. Let's look this up. I am following you. I'll send you a message, Josh, right after this. But dude, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. I once again really appreciate it. You made this a lot of fun, dude. You made this a whole lot of fun. So thanks for being here, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We're doing a watch party on Friday for Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1974. Make sure to join us and have the movie ready to go. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's when I'll be live next. I got a video coming out on Thanksgiving 2 tomorrow. Might be making a video about this goofy little stream here too. Who knows? But we'll be talking soon. A lot more content is coming to the page. And one more thing I want to promote is on Monday, we're doing Scream 96 versus Halloween 78. Who wins that one? I don't know. You'll find out on Monday. And we'll have the results from last week's versus video as well in that video. It's going to be very fun. So thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Thanks to everyone who supported the page. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all. Peace out.